Don't stop until you are proud. Hi, this is Kalpana Reddy from Krishi High School. Today I am here to discuss about class 9, chapter 3, that is hydrosphere. Okay, so in the previous session, children, we have learned about the natural realm of the earth, that is lithosphere, isn't it? We have learned about the internal, like I mean, say internal movements of the plates, tectonic plates, etc. Yes or no, children? How the volcano occurs or the earthquake occurs? Yes or no? We have learned, isn't it? So today we are going to learn about the hydrosphere, right? So are you ready? Okay, then let's start. So hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, the realm of water. It is also the realm of water, isn't it, children? So it's called hydrosphere. It's a Greek word, that is hydro means water, isn't it? We know now. Already we have discussed, isn't it, in the previous session. So it comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. So the hydrosphere, it consists or it comprises of various water sources or water bodies like river, lake, seas, oceans, etc. Right? Now some part of the water is found deep down under the earth among the rocks. So impervious rock, you have learned in 6th and 7th class also, right? So even we find some part of the water deep down the earth, even between the rocks. They are called pervious rocks or impervious rocks. Is that clear to you, children? Okay. Now next, what is hydrological cycle? Hydrological cycle, the water cycle so we know about water cycle, we are learning since second class or third class, I guess. So you're learning in your science, EVS, etc. children about the water cycle, isn't it? How the water gets evaporated, then it gets rains, etc. Yes or no, children? So the process, the water cycle process, has been working for billions of years and all the life on the earth depend on it. Hydrological cycle is the circulation of water in different forms. So hydrological cycle, the water cycle, hydrological cycle is nothing but the water cycle. It is a circulation of water in a different form, generally in the form of liquid or solid or in the form of gaseous phase. Is that clear to you? The hydrological cycle, sometimes it is expressed in mathematically. So in the like in the form of mathematics also we can express. The formula is Rf is equal to Ro plus Et, that you have to by head, children, right? There are 6 stages of water cycle. So like in the previous classes also we have learned about it. I guess in the 7th and 8th also you have this, in the 7th you have the same topic, I guess. Okay, so what are they? Evaporation, transportation, condensation, precipitation, runoff, and groundwater. Is that clear to you? So I repeat once again for you. It's evaporation, transportation, condensation, precipitation, runoff, and groundwater. So now in the upcoming session, we are going to learn like one by one what exactly they are. Okay, at each stage, right? So stages of water cycle. So already I have explained. So you can just have a look on the image also, right? Yes, so we'll take about the evaporation. So what do you mean by evaporation? Evaporation occurs when the physical state of water is changed from the liquid state to gaseous state, isn't it? So when the physical state of water, it changes from liquid state to gaseous. So when it gets evaporates, when the water gets evaporates due to the extreme hotness or the high temperature, so the water gets evaporate. The process by which water is transformed into gaseous is called evaporation. So the process which goes on in the atmosphere, so that is called this from I mean to say liquid states to the gaseous states. So that process is called evaporation. Evaporation occurs when the radiant energy from the sun heats the water, causing the water molecules become so active that some of them rise into the atmosphere as a vapor. Is that clear to you, children? Okay, so next. So not only from water, so even from the leaves. Okay, even from the leaves also we get evaporate, the water gets evaporated. So how exactly? So land, lakes, rivers, and oceans send water vapor into the air. So transpiration in the evaporation of water through minute pores or stomata present on the leaves. So minute pores means small holes or stomata. You might have learned in your science like subject also about the stomata and minute pores in the leaves. So from there also the water the evaporation occurs from the leaves of the plant, isn't it, children? Okay, So next move to the transportation. So what do you mean by transportation? Transportation in the water cycle refers to the movement of water, particularly from the oceans to overland. Is that clear to you? In the form of clouds. Clouds travel from one place to another, mainly due to the upper air circulation, surface based circulation like land and sea breeze. Okay. Okay. So how it like transport the things, how it transport the things. Okay. So next move on to the condensation. So condensation is the different forms exactly of water vapor, like water. Okay. So condensation is the process by which the water vapor in the air is changed into liquid. So condensation is nothing but the it is a different form of the process by which the, like you mean, say water vapor changes, the water gets turned into water vapor, that is evaporation, right? And when this evaporation or the water vapor, when it turns into liquid again, so that is called condensation. It comes in a different, it changes into different forms. Condensation is a circular to the water cycle because it is responsible for the formation of cloud. Water vapor, when it's cooled down, gets condensed into tiny droplets and clouds. When it, the vapor, when it cools down, it forms tiny droplets and clouds. Okay, children. So when the transition from gaseous phase to the solid phase occurs directly, then it is called deposition. Then it is called means the formation or the transmission of the gaseous phase to the solid phase. Okay, then it is called deposition. Is that clear to you, children? So the then again we have the precipitation. What do you mean by precipitation? Precipitation is water released from the cloud. So the when it's when the formation of cloud occurs, then after that the next stage is precipitation. So the water which is released from the cloud in the form of rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow or hail, means you know no ice cubes, no, hails means snow or hail. So in the polar regions we can find snowfalls. Is that clear to you? So when the clouds meet cool air over lands, okay, so that is called precipitation. In the primary connection in the water cycle that provides from the delivery of atmospheric water to the earth, most precipitation falls as rain. So most, the primary, say most of the precipitation will be into in the form of rain only, children. Only do into the, like the regions where it's extremely cool, there you can find the different form of precipitation, that is like snowfall or hailstorms, etc. Is that clear to you? Okay, next. So here we have to note that precipitation is defined as in a liquid or solid aqueous deposit that forms in a stretched atmosphere. Precipitation creates run that travels over the ground surface, filling lakes and river. So the precipitation, so like you may say, when it falls on the ground, so the most of the, like you may say, it allows the run of precipitation or the rainwater. Is that clear to you, children? So how it is possible? Runoff is precipitation that does not get absorbed into the soil. Okay, so like whatever the rain we receives, okay, whatever the form of precipitation we receive on the earth, so it's not that everything will get absorbed in the earth. Okay, everything is absorbed by the, or everything will go and join with the water sources. Okay, the some part of it, like everything will absorb by the earth. Okay, so the some part of it will flow through the mountains, slopes, streams, rivers and lakes, and they go and join with the other source of water like oceans and rivers. Therefore makes it way from the groundwater surface in the place that collect water. It is a primary agent in soil erosion by water. So it is a primary agent, that means it carries the top layer of the soil along with it when it flows. Okay, children? Okay. Next, moving to the runoff. Much of the water that runs to the earth as a precipitation run off the surface of land flows down hills into stream, river, ponds and lake. Just already what I have explained. Okay. Next, groundwater. One of the important phase of water cycle is groundwater. Groundwater is the part of precipitation that seeps down through the soil under it reaches rock material that is saturated with water. So the groundwater, how the groundwater accumulates? So the water which reaches in the ground, so we will find the rocks, we will find the rocks below earth. Okay, so there the water will get accumulated under the ground between the rocks. So as I already told you, pervious rocks and impervious rocks. Is that clear to you, children? Next, in a few special cases, groundwater even flows upward in the artesian wells. Like when you dig the wells, so there also you can find the water, isn't it? So the water, when you dig the bore wells, so like when you dig the, like you mean say rocks, so from there also you will get the water, isn't it? Yes. So we will we will dig the wells na in the villages or bore wells. Yes, you know na. Yeah. So the speed at which the groundwater flows is much slower than that of surface of runoff. Okay. So the, like if you check the speed, so the speed of the groundwater which flows is much slower than the land, the surface of the land where the water flows. Okay, children. Now water sources. So we'll talk about the percentage of water resources. Okay. 97.25% of water is saline ocean water and only 2.75 water is fresh water. So if we take the assessment, so out of 100%, 97.25% of water is saline, means salt water. Okay. And 2.75% is fresh water. The greatest portion of the fresh water, 68.7%, is in the form of ice and permanent snow cover in the Antarctica and the Arctic and in the mountain region. So the greatest portion of fresh water, what do you find? That is total 68.75% is in the form of ice. Okay. So that we will find only in the polar regions. Okay. And 29.9% exist as a fresh groundwater, and only 0.26% of the total amount of fresh water on the earth is concentrated in lakes, reservoirs and river system. Okay. So next, water percentage. So you can check. Okay, the graph I have shown. So you can just view the graph, children. So ocean, ice caps and glaciers, groundwater, lake, soil, moisture, atmosphere, river bed. So most of the part is covered with the saline water, that is ocean only. Okay. Now oceans, continents and oceans are the first order relief features of the earth. The huge water bodies are called oceans. So what do you mean by ocean? Ocean is nothing but the huge water bodies. You are very much familiar with that, I guess. Okay, the word sea is often used interchangeably with the ocean, but strictly speaking, a sea is a body of saline water. So the sea is nothing but it's a body of saline water, partly or fully enclosed by land. So enclosed means covered by land. So millions of years ago, oceans were combined together as a single super oceans, was known as Pan Panthalsa. Okay, so what it is? Panthalsa. So generally millions of years back, if we talk about, so the oceans were combined together. Now we have different oceans. Like if you take like Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Antarctic Ocean is. But now, plus millions of years ago, if you talk about, the oceans were combined together and it was called as Panthalsa. So here, I'll just show you, children. Now with this, we have concluded the, like I mean to say, today's session. In the next session, we will learn about more things about the hydrosphere. Okay. So, and I have shared the slide for your homework also. If you can just check out lesson number 2, page number 26, questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Okay, that you have to write in your classwork. Okay, and you have to post it in Google Classroom. And I've seen that most of the 9th boys are not responding. I want 100% response, children. So please be punctual to your work. Okay, do your work. Okay, and submit in time. Is that clear to you, children? And thank you for being connected with me. And before signing off, I just wanted to tell you that just revise the chapter, children. Unless and until you don't revise the lesson, you will not understand what the session was about. Okay, thank you.